No, it is not a test. We are here. We are back. We haven't done one in a couple of days. So here we are on the verge of disaster, coming at you from the global headquarters of On the Verge Productions. I am Sergio, your host, flying this ship tonight, Han Solo style. Well, actually, not Solo style. Well, Han had Chewie. I got Forky. So, I still got somebody coming with me. So, what's up, everybody? Hadn't talked to you in a while. Here we are. It's been a couple of days, and we are back. Yes, and God be with you while you're watching this thing. So, what's up, everybody? Trying to work out some kinks here on the production side. Trying to make it look good, sound good for you guys and gals. So, tonight we are talking Twister, not the movie, the game, UFO sightings. What else are we talking about? Scary stories, cats, like cats that don't know how to keep their social distance. We got all kinds of fun-filled stuff going tonight. So, we are here, and we also are looking at the 1990s Kevin Smith flick Clerks, the original one, the one that started it all. We got that rolling on, I think it's like on Cinemax 42 or whatever the hell channel I have. Take a look at it. Bam! So, let's talk about this here. Swap some tracks out. So, let's start with Twister. Okay, I don't know if any of you have played Twister, or even in recent memory played Twister. I've never played Twister. I know the game, but I played it for the first time last night. And it was a family event. It was me, my 6-year-old, and my girl. And we decided to just play Twister. We bought a Twister at Walmart, which that is a whole other thing. Actually, that's a good topic to bring up to my trip to Walmart. But let's start with Twister. So I purchased Twister. Never played it before. I know the concept of it, but just never played it. So we break out the Twister, and it's like right foot red, left foot blue, but your feet are like this. And it's like, right hand air, and then left foot air. And before you know it, you're all just twisted up. And in a matter of 3 or 4 moves, you really are wondering if you're able to bend that way. So by the end of I think we played 3 rounds of Twister. And granted, our rounds of Twister are not very long. It's 3 of us, and it's a 6-year-old. So you're not able to just go to town on Twister. So it was pretty interesting, pretty fun. I felt really sore afterwards, and I felt worse today. So then we got into the pool this evening. And Andrew, my son, decided that he wanted us to try a water twister, which that was a whole different set of muscles that you're working there, and you're trying not to drown. So that was very, very entertaining. So let's talk about the trip. Let's talk about the actual trip of me going into Walmart. I live in a small town just east of Dallas, about 30 miles east of Dallas. Shout out Terrell, Texas, home of Jamie Foxx. I'll let you guys watch Clerks 1 while I'm telling my story. So, I go to Walmart, and I haven't been to Walmart in over a month. I've been to a couple of other stores since COVID-19 hit, but I haven't been to Walmart. So, I go into Walmart, and now I have like a little protective mask. So, got my little protective mask, heading into Walmart, and I realize that there's it's coned off. You can only go certain places in Walmart. And you can only go into one door at Walmart now. So that was interesting. So I go in there, and, I got a little shopping list of stuff I got to get. And it was just really eerie. But at the same time, again, I've been to stores, just not anything as big as Walmart lately. So the first thing I noticed is that the people in this town do not care. They don't give a dang about social distancing. I'm doing my best to stay in one aisle, like one person per aisle, and people are just like coming in with their cart, getting their stuff, like getting near me to get stuff, like not asking me to get away. It's like, man, y'all are really brave. So that's one observation, is that the people just don't care. They're not necessarily afraid of coronavirus. Two, this lady came out with a pallet of Bounty towels, Bounty paper towels. And it's like the big rolls. It's not just those little, it's not just a single roll. It's like the big family rolls, because obviously they want to sell you the most expensive thing that they have for paper towels. So they're coming down the aisle to go drop off this pallet, and they have a crew around them. They have 2 or 3 members around them, almost like an entourage. You know, like when Floyd Mayweather Jr. would come out of the ring, come out to the ring, he had an entourage, and he's got a guy holding the belt and all that stuff, and guys with sunglasses and security. That's how this thing looked. These bounty rolls looked like they were, escorting Floyd Mayweather, or they were being escorted by Floyd Mayweather. It was really, really weird. So that was another one. And then the one that was the kicker, the one that was just the most interesting one of them all, is that I saw several people, not just one, I saw several people walk in wearing a mask, and then they get into Walmart and they take the mask down. So what the hell was the point of the mask if you're going to take it down when you get into Walmart? It's not that you have to worry when you're driving in your car, stupid. It's whenever you actually get into the store and you're around all these other people. So it was very interesting. Very, I was actually pretty nerve-wracked when I left. I'm kind of a neurotic person to begin with. So the fact that I went into Walmart and did that was, I can see why my girl wouldn't want to go. Like, really, I don't think I want to do that one again. I think I'll just order everything online from now on. So that was the Walmart trip. And that's what took us to said Twister, to buying Twister. So that's how I ended up with Twister in my house. And you know what? It stretched me out really nice and good. Twister works your abs, man. I'm trying to get that 4-pack, 6-pack back. We got the keg right now. We're working on it. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. So right here, let's take a look at this real quick. You are looking at the original Clerks. Not Clerks 2 when they're working at movies. This is Clerks. This is the one that Kevin Smith basically maxed out his credit cards to fund this film. Independent film that ended up being a cult classic. And, in case you don't know the story of this thing, Dante and Randall, they work at the corner store. One side of the corner store one side of the building is the corner store. The other side is the video store. So Dante Hicks, he runs the store, and then Randall runs the video store. So he was supposed to play hockey. It's his day off. He's supposed to be playing hockey with his buddies. So instead, he has to go to work, and he calls up all of his buddies, and they're playing hockey on the roof. So they're sitting on the roof of their building right now playing hockey while some guy's trying to get in to buy a drink, I guess. And that guy's getting pissed at him, and he's trying to critique him on how to play hockey. It's pretty funny, and it's just a really random film. It's a really awesome film. Let's take a look at this history on it. It is from 1994. 2 slackers cope with irate customers, 2 drug dealers, and the number 37 while trying to make it through an average workday. Oh yeah, and this is also the introduction of Jay and Silent Bob. So this is where all the Jay and Silent Bob stuff started, right here. Kevin Smith started this thing, and it's pretty entertaining. It's a good flick. All of it. He doesn't make bad movies. They're all pretty entertaining. So that's your education for the night on Kevin Smith films. Check them out. I was probably 13 when this movie came out. This one, Mallrats. Mallrats is probably one of my all-time favorite movies. You cannot beat that. They're just really fun movies. And they only had one ball. They're playing on the roof. They're playing hockey. That one ball left the roof, and now they're done playing hockey. So they played like 20 minutes worth of hockey. We'll come back to it. So let's talk about my sighting tonight. That's the only way I can say it. I believe it was Tom DeLonge. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. From Blink-182, Angels and Airwaves. I believe about 2 weeks ago, he had a UFO sighting near his house. He lives by the beach in Cali, and he thought he saw a UFO. So we are sitting in our pool tonight. we're enjoying the pool. We're playing, doing all this stuff. It's nice and dark out. And we noticed this. I noticed it first, and I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want my girl to think I'm just being neurotic, because I get like that. But she said something. And this is probably 20 or 30 minutes after I said something to her. Or after I saw it. Sorry. 20, 30 minutes after I saw what I saw, she catches it. And she's like, yeah, I've noticed it for a little bit, and I didn't say anything to you either. So check this out. I'm gonna pull a picture up for you guys to look at. Let me blow this thing up here. Let's take a look at it here. So right here, right by the tree line, you see, let me see. Oh, look, I got a little pointer. Right here, you see this little thing. And at first I thought it was a star, and then I thought it was a plane. But like I said, I noticed it for a while, and it sat right there. And it kind of just did this thing where it's just kind of hovering back and forth. And for the most part, it was in a stationary position. It didn't go up or down very far. Or at least from the naked eye. It's just kind of doing this. Like just kind of just cruising along, just doing this for probably 20 or 30 minutes. And there's an airplane that like this right here is an airplane. And I think I've got a picture later on where the airplane passed it, or passed the vicinity of it. So it's not an airplane. It's definitely not an airplane. I'm gonna pull this video up. Let's give me a second. Let me come back to me here. Let me pull this. Let me hunt this video down real quick. Where is my? Okay, so here is the video. Check out this video here. Tell me what you think. I want to hear what you guys think. So that's me recording it. I've zoomed in on it a little bit, and it's literally just sitting there. And we're in the pool, and like I said, we just see this little thing just kind of bobbing around. And I don't know, man. I can't say I've always been thinking like we're the only ones, but sometimes I think, man, we're not alone. And I don't know if they're just like checking our vitals to see if we're all dead, or if we're weak enough for them to attack. I don't know. But I firmly believe that is something. Is there anybody else out there that has seen something recently? Anybody? Because I'm telling you, like I said, I believe it was Tom from Blink-182 fame and Angels and Airwaves. He's the one that saw it. I'll have to check it real quick while I got you guys on the air. But I mean, look at this. It's just, we're sitting, like I said, we're in the pool. The blue stuff that's not alien stuff. That's pool color, pool lights. But I'm telling you, man, right there is just freaking me out. Just kind of freaking me out. So I don't know. I would love your opinion. I would love to hear what you guys think of it. Reach out to me on Facebook, on the Verge DFW, or email me on the vergedfw@gmail.com. I would love to hear your opinion on it. And tell me what you think, because I really think that it was a UFO. I don't know. I'm trying to find this Tom DeLonge article now, which I thought I was prepared for this. I'm not. It just happened like 2 hours ago. I'm still kind of rattled from it. You know, just spookiness, all this spookiness going on. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this spookiness. Okay, let's see. So Tom DeLonge did. Yeah, let's look at this thing. Let's see here. No, but he actually has an organization called the UFO hunting group to the Stars Academy. I don't know. Anyways, I think it was a UFO. That's just me. So if it's scary. I think it was a UFO. So since we're talking about scary stuff, we still got some scary stories going. Let's look at this book here. The book, again, is titled The Ghost Stories of Terrell, Texas. Shout out to Terrell, Texas, where I live, where I'm from. They do a ghost walk every week. Now, they're not doing one right now because it's coronavirus, whatever. But they're going to bring it back soon enough, as soon as it's all over with. So let's turn down the lights, set the mood here, shall we? Okay. We're going to set the mood. And we're going to... Ooh. Ooh. It's our mood setting music. So, there we are. Whoa, hold on. Let's go back over here. Very scary, am I? Okay, this chapter 8, is called The Train Depot. Here's a quote here from Ralph Waldo Emerson. Railroad iron is a magician's rod, in its power to evoke the sleeping energies of land and water. One day, a call came into the office asking if we could come down to the old Texas and Pacific Railroad Freight Depot to set up a time to speak to a local community group. Walking in the door, we were instantly swarmed by a group of friendly and excited staff that could not wait to share their own personal stories about the place. For a haunted tour guide operator, this place was an absolute dream. The old freight depot was built in 1911 and operated as a depot until 1977. It has been converted into a beautiful set of office spaces, but most of the original structure remained to keep to the unique context of the building. This is undoubtedly the most beautifully restored historical building in Terrell, Texas. It is a real mixture of contemporary meets the historical past in one building. That historical past not only included the property, but according to the employee's office in this building, also continued to be the home of a ghostly figure they affectionately called the conductor. Paranormal investigators discussed two primary kinds of hauntings: intelligent hauntings and residual hauntings. Residual hauntings are those that seem to play along on a loop as if a recording were repeatedly playing. When periods of high emotional energy are present, that energy is believed to imprint itself into the organic structures of the area, including the soil, trees, stone, and more. The areas are most notorious for the negative or darker incidences such as accidents, violent crimes, or horrific scenes of war. However, the same theory holds true for positive experiences, such as where the boys of the British Flying Training School stayed during their time here in the U.S. This is reported as the sounds of the boys' laughter and voices carrying across the fields and into the wind. This is to be heard by those who happen to be in the right place at the right time and during the right conditions. Those that experience a residual haunting should consider themselves fortunate, as a living person rarely observes them. Based on the information we have received from the witnesses at the old freight depot, I am confident that this is a residual haunting. It is a perfect example of an energetic tape loop reminding us all about the professionals who proudly spent their lives working for the railroad. Two ladies shared the office in front of the depot. They spoke to us about an evening when they were both working late due to a project deadline. Out of nowhere, they heard footsteps, walking at first and then moving into a fast run or jog. Both ladies were startled but made their way to the long wooden hallway that divided the building into offices on the right and on the left. They saw absolutely nothing, but what they heard sent shivers up their spines. As they both stood and looked down the hallway, there was the clear sound of footsteps starting at the most distant part of the building, followed, in sound only, by a quick increase in speed as the noise ran towards them. I understand this train depot once received and shipped freight. Expensive parcels needed to be held in a secured area. As a result, the building had a small space secured with grated bars, preventing access to anyone without a key. Parcels would be placed here, processed and shipped when the time was right, all the while protected under the watchful eye of the station master. These parcel cages are still intact in the building. This was never illustrated better than the story shared with me by one employee. She stated she casually walked towards the front portion of the depot only to be surprised by a man dressed in overalls and a typical conductor's hat. He appeared to be making motions as if stamping, then writing on something. We speculate was an unseen logbook. Standing in the secured, graded area, the conductor's apparition paid absolutely no mind to the employee that stepped in on him. This behavior is one clue that leads paranormal investigators to classify this as a residual haunting. The specter seemed to be performing a task that he may have conducted during his job, and his lack of interaction with the employee tells us that she had seen an energetic imprint. One gentleman claimed he watched the conductor walk directly through a wall into the gentleman's room. Of course, there is no longer any type of door there, so the apparition simply made the same type of movements he would have made when he was living. This is another hallmark of a residual haunting. Spirits just go through the motion they did earlier with disregard to any structural changes to the building or space. More stories on the old freight depot are out there, but there wasn't enough time that day to hear about them all. We hope to go back soon and take more time to visit with the tenants there. This fantastic little building must hold 1,000,000 secrets in its walls. Ooh, that's kind of scary, isn't it? I'm over here trying to scare y'all with this. Let's go back. I'm telling you, man, that's freaky. It is kind of freaky. I live in a scary town. Let's turn my light back on. I got the scary music still playing. By the way, I was supposed to play this during my UFO story, and I missed it. So let's get back to happy music, because that's scary. There you go. So back to Clerks, back to me. So that's odd. That's a little eerie. You know, this, like I said, this town is from the 1800s, east of Dallas. Tons of historical buildings, tons of historical landmarks, tons of really old historical homes. So I wouldn't doubt it. I would not be shocked if there's hauntings going on here. So let's talk about this story here about this tiger. I mean, you know, COVID-19's, you know, it's out and about. It's doing its thing. And now it's gotten to the felines. There is a Bronx Zoo tiger that has coronavirus. So that's going to give us our coronavirus tip of the night. Everybody should stay socially distant from cats, because apparently, from what I'm reading, there is a strand of this coronavirus that can get into cats, into felines, not just cats, you know, tigers, lions, no bears. But yeah, in the Bronx Zoo, a tiger was infected with the coronavirus. He likely got the bug from a zookeeper, according to a report from the New York Post. It's the first time to our knowledge that a wild animal has gotten sick from COVID-19 from a person. That's according to the zoo's chief veterinarian. That's what they told National Geographic. It's the only thing that makes sense. Now, I do think that it's funny that they put that a quote-unquote wild animal. Okay, have you not seen the zoo? They're not wild. Have you been watching Tiger King? They're more wild in Tiger King than they are here. Just saying, they're not really wild. Cats, both domestic and wild, are susceptible to feline coronavirus, the report said. But scientists had been unaware that they could contract the COVID-19 strain from humans. So this Nadia, she's a 4-year-old Malayan tiger. She's tested positive for the virus after developing a dry cough and other flu-like symptoms. What the hell? So, I don't know. Other cats have, other felines there have started to have similar symptoms. But I don't even know how we got here. And I don't even know if it's something we need to worry about, in all honesty. Like, there's a part of me that's like, oh, it's just dumb luck. And then there's a part of me that's like, oh crap, now cats are going to get it. And now more of us are going to get it. There's two different parts to me. So I don't know where to go with that. I'm hoping and praying that it ends here with Nadia and her family, Pride, Pack, whatever the hell they call them. I hope it ends there. But, if it, I don't know. That's just way too much stuff going on. Now we're just dealing with stuff. Craziness. Now we're dealing with apocalyptic craziness. More than we already are. So, that's the coronavirus tip of the night. Stay away from cats. Just stay away. If you have a cat, just take it outside. Just let it go. It shouldn't be there, apparently. Dogs are fine. That's why dogs are man's best friend. Now, if it comes out that, dogs hold the cure, man's best friend. My dogs probably don't hold the cure. My dogs would probably try and kill me. But, I don't know. So, yeah, I think we've had a pretty interesting show. I haven't shaven, by the way, so I'm looking at myself in the replay and like, man, I'm scruffy. Haven't had a haircut. Haven't had a chance, just COVID-19, man, just keeping us all on lockdown. That's all we can do. Stay on lockdown, take care of yourselves, take care of others. Well, not like in that sense, like in moral support, send them a message here and there, FaceTime them, but don't go support them because they might get you sick. Keep your butt at home. Stay away from people. So let's take one last look here at Clerks. There is the original Clerk, and Dante is sitting here with his girlfriend, actually his ex-girlfriend, who he found out was engaged in the newspaper today. He read it in the paper. So he's got his ex-girlfriend that he's trying to get back with, but then he has his real girlfriend. This guy's just a really demented guy. He's really troubled. Clerks, check it out. You should watch it. It's anywhere, Netflix, Hulu, whatever. Not Disney Plus. It's not ever going to be on Disney Plus, I don't think. Let's see here. So, let's shout out to the sponsor. Thank you to Young Ideas, Dish, for sponsoring this train wreck every single episode. Gary Young at Dish Ideas, at Young Dish Ideas, Young Ideas Dish, whatever. He is an authorized dish retailer. Gary can get dish anywhere on the planet for you, and fun items just like Sling Studio that I'm using right now. All this little fun multi-camera angle that we're just firing at you, courtesy of Sling Studio. Anybody can do that. I'm not special. Anybody can buy this thing. So hit up Gary, Young Ideas. Tell him Sergio from On the Verge of Disaster sent you, and he will hook you up with a discount. So thank you, Gary, for tolerating this. For those of you that have a Dish Network, you can go to Dish Communities and you can watch all these episodes. They are uploaded on Dish Communities. You can search On the Verge of Disaster. You can also search my other show, Law and Disorder podcast. You will see tons and tons of content on there. But I think that's going to wrap us up for this evening. You guys have a good night. Y'all stay safe. And if y'all got any topics for me, hit me up on the Verge DFW on Facebook or on the Verge DFW at gmail.com. So I think that's going to wrap me up tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys next time.